On heading outside this weekend, we have the Weekend Gardener with some tips for you this morning.
Hello gardening friends, welcome to the Weekend Gardener. You know, after the drought last year and no rain, well that's a drought, isn't it? And the extreme heat, we started thinking about another way of landscaping. And you realize when you look at the countryside, things are doing okay. You're a little stressed, but things did okay out there. So it's time to consider the native landscape just more than anything else. This year when you're planting, look at the natives or the very well adapted plants. They're similar to natives and they add beauty to the garden. Gaura is one of those, well, this is a native as a matter of fact, but Gaura is one of those plants that's beautiful. It's not blooming yet, but it wants to. And this will have a bunch of flowers that are like little butterflies floating in the garden. A dimension that you're not going to get from too many other plants. Here's one of the salvias. Salvias are beautiful. There are many colors these days. Very well adapted plants. And even some moderate shade. Not deep shade, but a little bit of moderate shade. They'll survive. They don't bloom as great, but they'll survive down there. Here's a Turk's cap. One of these at my house is just doing wonderful. Together with the rock rose. These are two beautiful guys. Great big old red flowers. Wonderful. And the hummingbirds love it. Boy, the hummingbirds come after this guy. Right now, it's about to bloom. It's the columbine. Now, that is a shade native. This one will do very well and bloom like crazy. It's just a great bloomer, and sometimes they reseed themselves, and just it adds to the garden like crazy. The columbine is one to really consider in some of these shady areas. You know, there are a lot of books about this, and they've been here over the years. Maybe some of you have read them. Some of you need to pick one up because the information there is just wonderful. And so here's one of the books. Now, this is a friend of mine, Gayeta Agilis. She really knows her wildflowers. She is the lady that did one of the early books on this topic. One of the neat things about her book, and I never see it in anybody else's book, and that is, see all the colors right here? Depending on the flower that you find, you look it up under the certain color that it matches. And so under yellow, you come up with any of the flowers you can see that are yellow. And the same thing with any of the other colors in the book. What an easy way to go out and identify native plants. There are other books. This is Jill Noakes' book on how to propagate. So if you want to learn how to propagate your own plants, this is a wonderful book. It's been around a long time, and it's one of the great books on native plants. Here's one that the city has brought out that is not necessarily all natives, but very well adapted plants for a beautiful low water use landscape. All of these are going to be low water use, very well adapted, and a lot of fun and beautiful in your home garden. For the Weekend Gardener, I'm John Dromgoole. I'll see you next time.